Welcome to this quick and simple practice of yoga for the feet. We're going to focus today mainly on exercises that help to relieve symptoms of plantar fasciitis. So if you're experiencing sharp pains in your feet, mainly around the heel, or feeling like you don't have a lot of stamina when you're on your feet, then this is the practice for you. Hi, my name is Jessie. I'm a holistic fitness trainer and yoga instructor, here to provide tools that allow you to take your health and how you feel in your body into your own hands. Today's practice is going to be short and sweet, and you just need a few items. One, you need a wall or a couch or a chair, something to put your legs up on. Two, grab a blanket or maybe a bath towel. What we're going to do with this thing is just use it as a massage tool. So we're going to roll it up like a burrito. So grab something you can use for that. And then you might want a mat because we're going to be on the floor. So gather your equipment, set up your space. And we are going to begin today's practice lying on our back, putting our legs up the wall or up on a chair or a couch or something. So start to find your way there carefully. I always like to lay on my side and then roll over and put my legs up. That seems to be the safest way to do it. And once you get into this position, sometimes it feels good to maybe slide your blanket or your towel underneath your hips. So that is an option if you'd like to do that. Keep a little bend in your knees. And here we're going to add ankle circles. So we're just going to roll our ankles around in a big circle and take a big breath. Let out a big exhale. And you're looking at your feet. This is yoga for the feet. And so beginning our practice today by getting our brains to talk to our ankles, our feet, our toes. Let's reverse those circles, go the opposite way. Be really intentional about the movement, and it might feel a little tight in there. I don't want you to be in pain, but sometimes you got to work through a little bit of discomfort in order to find relief. And so just, work with your range of motion. Let's do one more with a big breath. Arms might rest on your belly or maybe arms down by your sides. And take a big breath. Breathe into a soft belly. Let out an easy exhale. Just take a moment to allow yourself to be here, to make this very important transition out of your thinking mind and into your feeling and sensing body. Getting our legs and our feet above our heart for a moment at the beginning of our practice today as a way to reverse the forces of gravity and how those forces play against our body. And you might even sense just a few moments here, different sensations in your feet, maybe feeling some coolness, some tingling. Just take another breath. You can always bend your knees more. You can adjust your legs if you need to. We're here for about another 3 breaths. Reversing gravity, letting any stagnation, any gunk that has been pulled into the lower extremities, just kind of giving our body a second to flush that out. Big inhale. Long, easy exhale. Soften your eyes, relax your jaw. And then to come out of this, we're going to bend the knees. Slowly roll over to your side and take a moment as you pause on your side. We don't just want to jump right up after that. So we want to roll over onto our side, take a breath, give the body a moment to recalibrate. And then we will find our way up. And now we're going to find our way into a tabletop position. If you'd like, you could use your blanket as cushion under your knees. We're going to start with our toes tucked under. Stack the shoulders over the wrists, the hips over the knees. And we're going to do some cats and cows. So we arch the back, create a back bend, and then we round into a cat stretch. Do that again, kind of shifting the weight forward and back. Find a back bend, take an inhale, and then rounding into that Halloween cat stretch with the spine as you exhale. Now flip to the tops of your feet and do that again. And just notice the difference when you switch your feet. Create your back bend, inhale, and exhale, you round it out. See if you can press into the tops of your feet as you stretch it out. And do that cat and that cow again. You might find in this position that there's other organic movement that feels good. Maybe it's circles with the hips or side to side movement. Right? What helps you loosen things up a little bit? Plantar fasciitis is really a product of too much congestion in the body. That fasciitis, that itis, it means there's inflammation in the bottom of your feet. And for some reason, that inflammation, it's causing a lot of pressure. The body's not draining it. And so we're going to use movement to kind of help our bodies flush a little bit of that out so we can find some relief. All right, from tabletop, bring your knees together and extend your right leg back. Keep your toes on the floor. Now keep your arms strong, hug your elbows in. If you need to come up to your fists, that's always an option. And you're gonna pump your heel forward and back 5 times. Feeling the stretch through the calf. Keep your core muscles drawing in. Arms stay strong. Yeah, we gotta use a little bit of arms here. And then you're gonna pump that heel back and we're gonna cross that right leg over to the left. Kick your hips to the right and look over your left shoulder. And we're doing a little side hip stretch here. Take a breath. Now you're gonna bend your knee. So now my right knee is crossing on top of my left leg here. And you're gonna walk your hands back, and you might not go very far, but you're just gonna stretch it out, kind of squeezing the legs together. Take a breath. And then we'll release. We'll come on up. We're gonna uncross that leg, back on all fours, wiggle it out, and then we'll do the other side. It's left leg back, toes on the floor, and you're gonna pump 5 times. Take a breath. Make sure those arms are strong, hug your elbows in. And then you're gonna cross your left leg over to the right. Hips go to the left, and you look over your right shoulder. Take a breath. Then bend that left knee. So now that left leg is over that right, or crossing behind that right thigh. And you're gonna walk your hands back and kind of sit on these crossed legs. And it's gonna feel crunchy, where there's not a lot of space. You just find what feels like a little bit of a stretch, create a little bit of compression into the tissues of the lower legs. And then we release. We come back to tabletop. Uncross that leg, back on all fours. Draw some big circles with your hips. Take a breath. Reverse and draw circles the opposite way. Now we are going to take our blanket or our towel, and you're going to roll it up like a burrito. Now from kneeling, we're going to slide our rolled up blanket behind our knees. Tops of the feet on the floor. And I'm going to go slow here. Keep your hands on the ground. You're going to sit back and just kind of squish that blanket between your hamstrings and your calves. And we're doing a self-massage. We're massaging these tissues. Now you are in charge of intensity. So, it might feel better to keep your hands a lot of weight in the arms so that you can really be in charge of how much pressure you put. You might be ready to sit up. That might be really intense, so go slow. Kind of rocking forward and back slowly at a pace that feels appropriate for you. Take a breath. And listen to your body. Let your body be your guide. Your body will let you know if you need more. It'll also let you know if you need to back off. And once you feel like that section has had enough, you might move the blanket a half an inch down the legs, and then you find another position. Now, sometimes it feels good to rock side to side. Like when I moved my blanket down now into this section, I'm like, oh, a little side to side feels good. So that's something you can play with, but remember, listen to your body. That's what's most important. That's what yoga is about. Yoga is connecting, finding this sense of connectedness with yourself. So take a breath. Find what works for you. And then we'll find another little section, moving that blanket down and sit back. Again, you are in charge of intensity. Now, if you are finding being on the top of your ankles down here is the spot that's really bothering you, you could roll up another towel or blanket and slide it underneath the front of your ankles. That is an option. You got to find what works for you. Don't give up. Stay present with it. Just play with it. A playful persistence is all I'm really asking for here. Stay engaged, stay present, remember to breathe. So finishing up this last spot. And then you're going to release that, remove your blanket, spread your fingers nice and wide on the mat, think big starfish hands, tuck your toes under, lift your hips, and we're going to go into a downward facing dog. Now in your downward facing dog, keeping the feet nice and active, we're going to pedal the heels. So lifting one heel, then the other. You keep your arms strong, pressing your hips up towards the sky, relax your head. Take another big breath, wiggle your hips side to side, finding some dynamic movement. When we start to feel those sharp, stingy pains in the feet, that's our nervous system telling us that there's not enough space in the feet, in the ankles, that there's nerves that are being cut off from their communication lines. So in this down dog position, we got about 2 more breaths. Try to wake up the feet, right? Pedal the heels. Maybe you gotta lift a foot. You gotta roll an ankle around. Create some space through that movement. Movement creates heat. And that heat is going to allow whatever gunk is getting stuck down there, whatever inflammation that is hanging out for too long, it's going to allow the body to process it. Now open your feet wider, put a generous bend in your knees, walk your hands back towards your feet, and you're going to hang out in a forward fold. Shake your head yes, and shake your head no. Sway a little bit to the right and a little bit to the left. The tissue on the bottom of our feet is connected to the tissue up the back of the legs. And so allow this stretch along the back of the legs. That tissue also continues up through the back of the body. So in this forward fold position, we're just stretching out that whole line. Take one more big breath. It's all connected. Wiggle your toes. Now walk your hands forward. Lift your heels, slowly bring your knees quietly and carefully onto the floor. Ooh, take a breath. And for our final movement today, we're going to go into a toe squat. So toes tucked under, walking the hands back and lifting the knees. Now you have options here. This might not be for everybody. So for some of us, we're just going to play with it. We're going to play with kind of rolling over the toes, nice and slow. Maybe keeping the hands on the mat. If you feel pretty good here, you might come up into your toe squat and just hold it. Maybe the knees go wide. You're in charge. You find what works for you. Maybe you need to keep the knees down and you just do a nice little toe stretch here. But let's finish with 5 big breaths together. So exhale out all your air. And then take a big inhale. And let out a nice big exhale. Exhale out any tension in the body. And do it again. Big inhale. Try to breathe into a soft belly. And then exhale, let it all go. And take another big breath, this time breathing some appreciation and gratitude into your feet. Just as you breathe in, it's a thank you, feet, for all the places you've taken me. Thank you, feet, for all the adventures. And take another big breath. How you speak to your body in your head is really important. It influences how you feel. So even if you're just pretending, which is totally fine, play with it. Breathe in. Thank you, feet. Thank you for the adventures. Thanks for holding me up. Now we're going to release our toe squat, whatever variation you're doing. Flip to the tops of your feet and just kind of tap the tops of your feet out in the floor. Find your way into a comfortable position. Maybe that's kneeling, maybe you need to just sit on the floor. So take a hand to your heart and a hand to your abdomen. Allow the corners of your mouth to curl up to your ears and take a big breath. Tell yourself thank you for taking this time out of your day for you. Take in another big breath of gratitude. And this completes our yoga for the feet practice today. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your energy with me. I hope to see you again soon.